Hello, everyone. Let's see, let's share. Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I never know how this is going to work on my phone. Hi, Angelica. I hope that you're doing well. Happy New Year. Happy 2022 to everyone out here. Today, I want to discuss Candelo Sedife. Many people have asked me to do a video on Candelo, and so bonsoir. Okay, let me use this. Thank you for letting me know, because I never know how this mic thing is working. Let's see. Hi, everyone. See if you can hear me way better there. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hope everyone is having a great New Year. So, today I want to do a video on Candelo Sedife. A lot of people have been asking me about this loi. As always, share if you care, share if you dare. Go ahead and share the video. Share, share, share. Like, follow, support us, etc. If you would like to donate, you can do so via Cash App, cash symbol Hector Salva, or help at mysticalwork.com via PayPal. Many people have already shown some love. If you'd like to show some love to what we're doing here. So, today's topic is Candelo Sedife. A lot of people have been asking me to do a video on Candelo. Today I'm doing the English video on Candelo. So for those of you who follow me and prefer Spanish, I will be doing a Spanish video on Candelo because I've been asked to do such. So, Candelo Sedife is actually a very important loi in the 21 divisions, a very important misterio in the 21 divisions, and he's very well known. And he's a loi of protection, but he's also a loi of discipline. And in many ways, Candelo de Sedife, whose name means Candelo is fire, Sedife means is fire. Candelo Sedife is a loi that is muy recto, as we say in Spanish. He's very straight and narrow and disciplined, yet he has a bit of a kind of light-hearted attitude. Bonsoir, hello, hello, bonsoir, everyone. Hi, hi, right? He is a loi that has a very amicable attitude. However, he's a very powerful misterio, and he's a misterio that has multiple puntos. So when a misterio has puntos, I don't want you to get lost in the sauce with all of that because it can become very confusing. But when a misterio has puntos, different people describe it in different ways, but in essence, it's that fuerza, it's that power of that misterio that manifests in different ways and therefore is served differently and it does different things. But you don't want to get too caught up in that. The important part is to understand hola, 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 is that a misterio, larger misterios or misterios that have more followers, more of a service behind them, often have more puntos. Okay? So Candelo Sedife, his primary color is red, and he's the lua that's connected with fire. He's a very powerful protector. There's a song that says, Con cuatro velas de centavo y un poquito de aguardiente. Right? It says that he protects with 4 penny candles and a little bit of rum. These, for those of you who don't know what penny candles, dime candles, chime candles, whatever are, these are penny candles. These are the candles that we most commonly use in Vodou. If you've ever been to a service here, hi darling, these are the candles that you've seen being used all the time. If you've ever been to a service in Haiti, these are the types of candles that we use. In the islands, these are the candles that we use, small Sabbath candles. You can find these in botanicas all over. Sandra has a botanica. Amanda has a botanica. Star has botanica. Lots of people with botanicas. Okay, that we know. If you need a recommendation for a local botanica, you can reach out. Okay. Does someone ask, does the loi only come down in ceremonies and in person? I'm not exactly what you mean by that. It does come down in ceremonies, and it comes when it's called upon. Hi, bonjour, bonjour, or bonsoir, actually, bonsoir here where we're at. And I'm not sure what you mean by in person, okay? But the loi can come when the loi is called, right? And if you're asking me, can the loi talk to people or consult people that are far away? Yes, they can. It's been done since forever, right? A loi is not limited. Here's the thing with loi, right? It's so funny to me because in one sense a lot of humans want to acknowledge that the loi is powerful enough to create change in your life, powerful enough to make changes and do things for you and create magic. But then on the other hand, that same human wants to tell the loi who and what it can and cannot do, right? That's the funny thing with people is on one hand you want to be like, oh wow, that loi is so powerful, it can do XYZ. But on the other hand, you want to be its master at the same time. Back to Candelo. So Candelo Sedife is a loi that is very much about, he holds the keys to discipline in our tradition. You're most welcome. He holds the keys to discipline in our tradition, and it's his job, or he's tasked with the job to make sure that brujos, caballo de misterio, and other spiritual workers who carry the title, okay, are kept in alignment or discipline with the traditions and las reglas, okay? Las reglas or regleman are the rules and the pathway of the tradition, what has been set down as the tradition. So Candelo Sedife, he in ensures that things are being done properly, and he also meets out the discipline. So he's the disciplinarian. He makes sure that basically a person is punished when they're not doing what they need to be doing spiritually. Now, if he's with you and he's one of your protectors, you're really in good hands. He's a very powerful protector, and he's a loi that everyone definitely wants on their side. He is coming his partner, okay, his partner's birthday is coming up on February 2nd, which is Candelina. But one thing that you're going to notice about Candelo as you learn the 21 divisions and develop yourself spiritually, okay, is that Candelo has many powerful partnerships with many other misterios, right? So sometimes you will find him partnered with Santa Manta la Dominadora. And that's because both of them, right, share fire, right? Santa Manta shares the power of fire and the cemetery. So there's a Santa Manta that is more in el punto de fuego, or on the point of fire, and other punto of Santa Manta is actually more in the cemetery. So you will see Candelo with Santa Manta. Some people serve them together like that. Other people, you will find Candelo with Barón. I've seen Candelo with Barón as well, right? And that's because they can also work together. You're going to see Candelo with his partner Candelina, right? And Candelina, who's celebrated on February 2nd, is a very powerful misterio to remove negative spirits, negative energies, lend protection, bring and boost business and prosperity. And Candelo is also a businessman. For those of you who aren't aware, Candelo keeps a rooster that he uses to participate in cockfights, right? Which is embrujiado, it's bewitched, and that rooster always wins. Okay, so Gunguna is also connected with Candelo. Gunguna also has a connection with Candelo, someone mentioned here, okay? And she's considered to be one of the women that Candelo deals with, right? One of his women, so to speak, right? And see, the thing about it is, it's funny, again, right? People pick and choose what parts of things that they want to see and what they don't want to see, and what agrees with them and what doesn't agree with them. Okay? Because even amongst the Loi, even amongst the spirits, the divine spirits, okay? You're not going to often see where that spirit has only one partnership or one marriage or one connection in that way. But humans so often ignore that fact, and then they wonder why so often they feel some type of messed up when it comes to relationships, right? That's because the lois show us, not just by them sitting there and telling you this and this and that. You have to see and you have to learn. And a lot of times people get confused because the way that we talk in this work. Hi, Angelina. Many blessings. The way that we talk in this work is mystically, right? And what I mean by mystically, it means you have to change the definitions of what you understand of those words. When we say that two spirits are married, right, it means that they work together and they work together in a very close fashion. Other places, sometimes they might say that those same two spirits are brother and sister, and it means the same thing, right? And what we're talking about is the way that those two forces work. There's a connection between them. There's something that those two forces both have. They both have some type of similar DNA. Everything has DNA, okay? If you think of DNA as the information that makes you up, that makes you what you are, the little pieces, the little building blocks that puts you together and makes you what you are. So the misterio also has building blocks of energy that come together to form the misterio, right? As someone mentioned here, Candelo is a very powerful healer. And in fact, one of the first things I witnessed with Candelo was Candelo healing someone and making them walk. And he was able to go ahead and with just a few items cleanse and spiritually cleanse and do the work on this woman's legs. And she came in with a walker. She left out walking without it. So he's a very powerful healer because part of healing is at times bringing in that fire, right? Bringing in that fire, that fuerza and that energy, that force and that energy into the areas that are not working. Okay? And our work is actually very scientifically advanced, right? And as many of you may know, okay, that the energy of heat is the same energy that is from movement, right? So Candelo was able to reignite those electrical pathways that were in that woman's legs to the point to give them energy and strength to make her walk again. And that's the power of the misterio, right? Candelo is also a very powerful loi in helping to build business and prosperity. He himself is a businessman, okay? And I heard different things about Candelo, but one thing I heard about Candelo is that he sold shoes, okay? Now, again, many things are representative in our tradition. Part of that is a lot of people say that Candelo, he likes to be out and about. He's a mover and a shaker. He's not a spirit that stays still. If we look at the energy of fire, okay, you see that fire moves. It's constantly moving. It doesn't stay still. It's twisting, it's moving. Right? It makes perfect sense. And Candelo's a very grounded Lua. So one thing that I noticed with Candelo is that he gives his servants, those people who serve him, he does give them some warning and some space before he punishes them. Okay? He's not a Lua that, even though he's a fire Lua, he's a big Lua about a lot of patience and understanding. And I've seen Lua Candelo Sedife, have a lot of patience and understanding with the servants and the servitors, right? With the Cedife, with the servidores. However, when Candelo finally explodes, he's gonna explode for real. He's gonna explode, and he's really gonna explode all the way because he's been so patient with that servidor. When you have a loi, a lot of people have asked me before, why is it that servidores, woo, got some dust. Why is it that they see people or servidores or brujos doing things and getting away with those things? Nobody gets away with anything. The loi, the misterio, goes ahead and it punishes those servidores. And I've seen a lot of punishments by misterios to servidores for the servidores doing wrong. You might not know that because at that point you might not be dealing with that servidor anymore. You might not know that because you might not know that servidor at that level, right? But todo lo que se hace se paga. Everything that one does, one has to pay for it. Okay? Nothing is free. Even air is not free. Because with each breath, that's one less breath you got left. Because it takes a time on the tick. Right? It's going to take time off your life. Nothing is free. So todo lo que se hace se paga. Everything that's done, sooner or later, someone's going to pay for it. And it may come out in many different ways. So we never know qué está pasando en la casa de los demás. We never know really what's happening in someone else's house, in someone else's life. Totally. Good evening, Carlo. We never know really everything that's going on with someone. And Candelo, tarde o temprano, sooner or later, gets back with everyone. Or there's other loi in other traditions who do that same job as disciplining and making sure that things are being done properly. Now, according to the song, and it's true, right? You can call on Candelo for protection with cuatro velas de centavo y un poquito de aguardiente. This loi is very down to earth, right? Again, this is what's known as a vela de centavo, right? It's called also a dime candle, an emergency candle, a 4-inch candle, a Sabbath candle. There's 1,000,001 names for this, right? Quarter candle, whatever. With 4 of these candles and a shot of hard rum, hard liquor, and a cigar, you can talk to Candelo and you can ask him for protection. That's one way that you can make an offering to him and ask him for his protection. You can ask him for his protection on your house, on your home. You can ask for his protection. Now, you want to be careful. Remember, this is a law of fire, okay? So, if you live in a place where fire is a problem, this might not be the protection you want. There might be a different protection that you want because the loi itself, this is a loi itself of fire. So make sure that when you make that offering, you also do it very fire safe. Be safe with these flames, y'all. You need to be very fire safe because you're calling upon a loi of fire, right? So that force and that energy sometimes gets turned up. Okay? If you have electrical issues in your house, you may want to be careful of that too, right? Candelo, there's two images that are most commonly used. I don't have them right here with me, but I'm sure many of you have seen them. And one is of San Carlos, St. Charles Borromeo. That's the saint that gets used. And the other one is the image of a black male sitting cross legged with red pants, no shirt, often smoking a pipe. So Candelo likes to smoke a pipe or a cigar. Many of the Candelos that I've seen have been given cigars, often smoke cigars. I also seen, depending on that Candelo, where sometimes Candelo wears a straw hat. He carries his rooster, his magical rooster, and that he goes into gambling. So a lot of people call upon him for gambling luck. And he is a loi that can help you with gambling luck, especially when it comes to horse races. Um, Horse races is good. And other types of gambling and that form of gambling. Some people, though, do have what they call, talismans that work for the bringing of luck so that you could play games of chance in the sense of lotto and scratch off and that type. Candelo's a loi of a lot of wisdom. And one thing that I've always noticed with a loi, as well as other people have mentioned to me, a loi can tell you a whole book of information, often with a single sentence. With just a few words, that loi could give you a book of knowledge, but it has to be up to you to really break down the information that that loi has given you. And it also takes a little bit of know-how, right? So these are all things to take into account. He's a loi that a lot of people approach and find that they get a very strong response from him because he is a very strong, very how do you call it? Forward, very obviously there, not subtle loi or misterio. So those are some things about Candelo. If you have any questions, you have any video suggestions, so on and so forth, I'm slowly working through a list of such things and I'll add it to the list. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to come. I'll add it to the list. Much love and blessings to y'all. We actually have a ceremony coming up on Sunday for the beginning of the year that we do every year called the Three Kings ceremony. And we're having that in person, but also people are going to be able to attend virtually as we've been doing for the last few ceremonies. That's one. Two is my newest book, Espiritismo, Puerto Rican Mediumship, and Magic, is coming out on February 1st, 2022. Can't wait. It has tons of information. It's a really deep hands-on guide to not only Espiritismo, but the spiritual world and how spirits work and how energy works and how all of these things work. So I can't wait for you guys to get that. If you haven't ordered, they're already available for pre-order. And many blessings to all of you. Share if you care, share if you dare. Go ahead if you'd like the videos, etc. You can donate as many other people have. Cash App, Cash Symbol, Hector Salva, PayPal, help at mysticalwork.com. It's hard to remember all these things. We're on Instagram at Hungan Hector. We're on TikTok at Papa Hector Salva. I'm on YouTube. There's two channels. One in Spanish and one in English. The English one has a few Spanish videos on it, right? Ay bobo to all of you. Thank you. So feel free to either send me a message. You can either email me or you can send me a message to my Facebook or Instagram if you have a question. And feel free to reach out. We're here. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. Many blessings. I'm back. So, Papa H, I'm back, witches. So, we're going to be in the building like we've been doing. Many blessings. And yeah, so have a happy new year.